around the table a little bit, what your thoughts might be. I like this definition from Billy Graham. Billy Graham once said that integrity means that we are trustworthy and dependable, and our character is above reproach. And that phrase at the end of his definition, above reproach, that's actually found in the scriptures in 1 Timothy chapter 3, when it talks about what it looks to be a spiritual leader. It says that anyone who aspires to be an overseer, a spiritual leader, aspires for a noble task, and they are first to be a man who is above reproach. And then the rest of the chapter is just kind of describing what does above reproach look like. And that's integrity. And when you look at the scriptures, you see lots of opportunities for role models in integrity. This past Sunday, I was talking a little bit about Daniel, in the book of Daniel. Daniel was a young man, probably in his 20s, his 30s. Basically, they were taken out of Israel and taken to another country, to Babylon. So they were in exile in a foreign country, different language, different culture, different religion. And in Daniel 6, Daniel is placed in a position of authority. He's given a top job over all the other jobs in Babylon. So he was pretty high up. But some of the Babylonians weren't happy about that. So they wanted to trick him. They wanted to trip him up to get him in trouble. So they convinced the king to declare a law that you can only pray to the king, because the king was seen as a god in those times. So they go to spy on Daniel, and Daniel is a man of integrity. And it says that he would go to his apartment, and he would open up the window to Jerusalem, and he would get down on his knees, and he would pray 3 times a day. And that integrity is what led him to be thrown into the den of lions, where God protected him supernaturally from the lions. What is remarkable to me in that story, though, is Daniel's integrity, that he is so true to his beliefs, he's true to his word as a man of God, that he gets down on his face and he's praying 3 times a day. I was at Fashion Square Mall a couple months ago, back in the summertime, and as I was driving through the parking lot, I saw these gentlemen get out of their cars in the parking lot, and they put down prayer mats on the ground, and then they all got down on their faces and started praying right there in the mall parking lot. And it took me a minute to realize that they were Muslim, and they were doing their thrice daily Muslim prayers. And I just thought for a second, wow, here I am, I'm a Christian, and I would probably never be caught dead, praying on my face in the parking lot of the mall, and yet these guys are so devoted to their faith. Even though I disagree with their faith, I gotta give it to them. I gotta give them props that, wow, they are, wherever they're at, they're gonna stay devoted to what they believe in. And that was really convicting to me. Not that I'm saying you should go to the mall and pray on your face. That's not what I'm trying to say. But there's something to be said about integrity. One other example from Scripture is Moses and Aaron. Aaron was his brother. Aaron was supposed to be his right-hand man, his best buddy. And Moses goes up the mountain to get the 10 Commandments, and he's gone for 40 days. And before he goes up, Moses says to Aaron, hey, take care of things here. There's like 1 million plus Israelites. Judge whatever needs to be judged. Lead them. Hold the line until I come back. And while Moses is with God at the top of the mountain, the people start to get restless. They start murmuring. They say, we want our own God to worship. And so Aaron, instead of saying, well, hey guys, whoa, Moses is talking to the God. Just wait a minute. Instead of doing that, Aaron says, oh, well, let's collect all the jewelry and the gold and will fashion a golden calf. The whole story of them worshiping the golden calf was because Aaron lacked integrity. Integrity is having someone's back behind their back. And Aaron failed to have Moses' back while he was up the mountain. And so it tripped up everybody's faith journey, because then it causes all these repercussions. And if Aaron had just stayed true to his word, if he had just had integrity, they wouldn't have had that issue of the golden calf show up on the mountain. So all that to say, we all have an opportunity as the guys at Life Church to be men of integrity, to be men of our word, to lead by example, if not by word. And I just want to encourage you to think about that, as you go from this place, about what it looks like to do the right thing even when it hurts, whether it's at work or at home or even in church. And I would say also in closing that it does speak to your integrity that you're here. That's a huge thing, to get up early on a Saturday morning and go to church. That says a lot about your character. And so you should be congratulated for that. We really appreciate you coming out. We've never done this before. This is we're trying things out. Obviously, with the electricity, we figured out what not to do. But thank you for coming out today. I hope that this has been encouraging to you, and I hope that you kind of get to know a little bit of other guys, that when you see them on Sundays, you can be like, hey, how you doing? That way we can help to make a larger church feel a little bit smaller.